And yeah man, this is the dark side of Dubai that nobody talks about. And they wouldn't give me my passport, and so at some point I really had to escape. There was the only option. Dubai. That's where I am right now, and this city is considered one of the richest cities in the world. It has supercars everywhere, has some of the most amazing and incredible skyscrapers in the world. It has a crazy amount of world record. It has the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world. It has Dubai Mall, which is the biggest shopping mall in the world. It has Burj Al Arab, which is this crazy, insane 7-star hotel. It has the biggest fountain show in the world, and on and on and on. There are so many amazing, incredible things in this city here in Dubai. Everybody focuses on the rich side, on the shining side, on the facade of Dubai, but very few people know about the dark side of Dubai. Actually, there are more dark side of Dubai. One of them being, for example, the daughters of the Sheikh, which I'm not gonna talk in this video, but you can research on YouTube and you will find a lot of videos and a lot of information.
I'm making this video because it could be the last video I make. Yeah. So I'm in a villa. I'm a hostage, and this villa has been converted into a jail. All the windows are barred shut. I can't open any window.
For 3 years, the world has heard nothing from Princess Latifa, the missing daughter of one of the world's richest men, Dubai's billionaire ruler, Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum.
But that's not the topic of this video, because in this video I want to share my own personal experience, my own personal dark side of Dubai that I lived exactly right here 10 years ago. And so this is not something that I heard about or some stories or some general information. This is like first-hand experience. That's something that I lived on my skin, and I want to share it with you in today's video. First of all, let's start from the beginning. Let me give you a little bit of my background so you really understand what happened here in Dubai. So I studied hotel management back in Italy, and after that I got an amazing opportunity to intern and train in the United States. I got an internship contract at the Hilton Los Angeles airport, and I had one of the best years of my life in Los Angeles. I was working at the front desk as a trainee, and even though it was an internship, I was getting around $1,700 to $2,000 per month. And then after 1 year, my visa expired, so I had to leave the United States, and I started to looking for a job. I was looking for different positions in the hospitality industry all around the world, and I saw some great openings in Dubai. In particular was the Hilton in Dubai that was looking for stuff, and because I was just working for Hilton in Los Angeles, I thought that would be perfect to just apply for the same company but in Dubai. And before you know it, they actually hired me. They offered me a contract for a pre-opening of a brand new 5-star luxury hotel in Dubai JBR. There was already an existing Hilton resort in JBR, but just across the street they were about to open a big tower, which was the Hilton Residences. So this is the Hilton resort, and I used to work here, Hilton Residences. So yeah guys, that's where I used to work for 1 year of my life in 2012. Now, I want to clarify that this video has nothing to do with Hilton. I have nothing against Hilton. I actually love Hilton hotels, but this video has more to do about the policies in Dubai and how they treat employees in Dubai, not only in the hospitality industry, but also in the construction industry and in so many other industries. So nothing against Hilton. Even though it was an exciting opportunity, the salary and the package and the offer was actually terrible. They were offering me about 2,500 dirhams, which back then in 2011, 2012, they were about 400, 450 euros, so very, very small salary. But on top of that, they were also offering me the accommodation, the meals, and I thought, you know, I'm just 23 years old, let's not focus about the money right now, but let's just take it as an opportunity for my career, to focus on my career, to put this experience on my resume, because it's gonna be great. I'm gonna get a great experience, and the position was as a front desk supervisor, so I can grow from there to duty manager. So I saw the perspective active, and I decided to sacrifice the salary for the career opportunity. So I was like, all right, let's go. And then it was October 2012, exactly 10 years ago, because right now I'm filming this video here in Dubai and it's October 2022. And that's amazing, to be honest. It's crazy. But I arrived there in Dubai. I was shocked to see everything around. I was like, wow. I arrived at the hotel, I introduced myself, and on the first day, that's when the real issue happened, because I went to the HR, all the paperwork, the introduction, the training, blah, blah, blah. And then they asked me to give them my passport. And at the beginning, I didn't really give it too much thought. I was like, all right, here you go. They will use it for some documents and then they will give it back to me. But then at the end of the day, they didn't give it back to me. And the day after, I went back to the HR office and the manager told me, you know, the policy here is that every employee leaves their passport with us. Don't worry, we have a safe, we keep all the passport there. You don't have to worry about anything, but that's part of our policy. We keep your passport, and then if you need to go outside of Dubai, maybe you have to go back to Italy for holiday or you have to go somewhere else, then don't worry, you can come here, we will give it to you and then you can bring it back. And that, to be honest, was a huge red flag. But at that time, remember, I was like 23 years old. It was my first day, so everything was new. I didn't really want to make drama. I didn't want to like start to complaining with the HR. And also everybody around me was doing the same thing. So all the staff, they were giving the passport. So I was like, maybe it's a normal thing and it's Hilton, you know, I can trust them. It's a big corporation. They're not gonna do anything with my passport. And I thought, you know what, that's fine. Let's just focus on my job. It's the pre-opening of this hotel. There is a lot of work to do. I have to learn a lot of things. So that's okay for me. And so I started to work slowly, day after day, day after day. And to be honest, it was a mess. It was a nightmare because the hotel was about to open in less than 2 weeks and nothing was ready. There was still construction going on. Nothing was organized. It was a total chaos. They were still hiring staff, people coming, people going. It was a mess, to be honest. And my contract's supposed to be 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, and then 1 day off, but has never been like that. And I end up working 10 hours, 12 hours, even 16 hours per day, just because it was a mess. And I was a supervisor, so I was responsible for it. So I was just working all the time. I was extremely tired. I had 1 day off, and that day off there was always something coming up. They were always scheduling something, some team meetings, some activities to do with the staff. So basically I was stuck in that hotel 7 days a week. I feel so many mixed emotions right now. I feel a little bit sad because I went through some hard time while I was working here. It was really tough. And when I was not working, it's not that I was just going outside, enjoying the amazing Dubai, enjoy the luxury, enjoy the nightclub, enjoy the nightlife, enjoy the beach and all the amazing things of Dubai. Not at all, because there was a minivan outside the hotel that would bring the staff, including me, to our accommodation. And our accommodation was not in the city center of Dubai, but was in the middle of the desert, 25 minutes away, in the middle of nowhere, literally. There were just desert all around. So I'm here chilling in JBR. Behind you can see the Hilton where I used to work. And this one in front of me is the bus, the mini bus, that used to bring me from the hotel back to the accommodation. And right now in the evening time, it's bringing some stuff from the hotel back to the accommodation. So many memories, man. And it was this accommodation that, to be honest, looked like a jail with security and the gates at the entrance. So you arrive there with a minivan, you go back to your room, nothing to do. It was pretty depressing, to be honest. And then the same minivan in the morning will bring me from the accommodation back to the hotels. And so yeah, it was really intense, really hard. And I was also one of the very few Europeans there. Most of my colleagues and most of the staff were from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Philippines a lot, Egypt, different countries in Africa as well. And basically all my co-workers, they were earning less than me because I was kind of a supervisor and I had a private room while they had a shared room, and they were also earning less than me. But they will take all this money, let's say $300 per month, and they will send them back to their family in the Philippines, in Vietnam, in Cambodia, in India, in Sri Lanka. So all my teammates, basically, they were not leaving. They were just working, taking the money and sending back home. And some of them, they were doing this for 10, 20 years. And so I kept going for a few months, but at some point, I really had it enough and I broke down. I was really like devastated, like mentally, physically. I was completely exhausted. And you're probably wondering, Gabi, why don't you just quit take your passport and go back to Italy. And yes, that's true. I will think the same way right now, but you have to understand that back then I was very weak mentally. My mental health was terrible. My self-esteem was terrible. I was very manipulated by the management. I was also very brainwashed, and they would make me feel like guilty that I was responsible. I was a supervisor. I was a role model. People were looking up to me. I have to give a good example. And I was believing all those things. It's crazy, to be honest. And my mental health was getting worse and worse and worse. So I decided to stay. I stayed for 6 more months. I almost completed the year, and around the year mark, which is the time that I supposed to get the holiday, I was ready to get my passport back, go on vacation in Italy, and then come back to work in Dubai. And within myself, I thought maybe this is a great opportunity to get my passport, just leave for vacation and then don't come back anymore. And actually so many people do like this. I went to ask for my passport to go on holiday, and here is the crazy thing, because they sit me down and they put a paper in front of me, the HR department, and the HR manager told me, the policy here is like this. I can give you your passport, you can go on vacation, but in order to give you your passport, 2 of your co-workers, they have to sign, and they will be responsible for your passport. So if you don't come back and you don't bring me back the passport, they will be in trouble and they will be responsible for it. So do you see how they structure it? So it's not only about you, but they also make other people responsible. And I had my manager and my co-worker to sign this paper. It's mandatory that they have to sign this paper if you want to get your passport back. And if I don't bring the passport back after 1 month's holiday, the hotel will deduct their salary for 1 month. So both my co-worker and my manager, they will not get a salary for entire months as a penalty of signing my document and for being responsible of me not coming back. Can you believe that? That's insane. And so the end of the story is that I got my passport back, I flew back to Italy, and the moment I arrived in Italy, I was able to kind of zoom out and step back and realize how miserable I was, how brainwashed I was, how manipulative the entire situation was, and how much I was treated as a slave and not as a human being or not as an employee. And so I decided not to come back to Dubai anymore. And sure, you know, the hotel kept 1 month's salary from my manager and 1 month salary to my co-worker as a penalty. I pay out of my pocket the salary for my co-worker because I really care about him, but for my manager I didn't pay because he was the one really manipulative, and that kind of forced me to stay there, was really brainwashing me a lot. So I'm actually happy that he lost 1 month's salary. And so that's it. That's my story on how I escaped Dubai. I still have a lot of mixed feeling because this morning, for example, I was walking right there in front of my hotel, around the hotel, and all this emotion will just come up. So many memories, man. And to be honest, looking back, I'm so happy that I was able to escape, to run away, because here I was really, really miserable. And that experience actually traumatized me so much that I decided to quit completely in the hospitality industry. I didn't work in a hotel anymore because it was just too intense for me. I changed career, I started my own business, and right now my life is so beautiful. I really, really love my lifestyle. I really enjoy what I do. And also, I don't want to say that everybody has the same experience as me. Some people are really happy in Dubai, especially if you have a higher position or maybe you have a great salary. You know, you can have an amazing life in Dubai. And also, I don't want to say that everybody working in hotels has the same experience as me, because if you think about it, if hundreds of thousands of people come to Dubai every year to work in hotel, there is a reason, you know. They probably make more money here than back in their home country. So this was probably more like a personal issue of mine. But let's talk about the real issue in Dubai right now, because my story and my experience compared to what I'm about to tell you, it's like a piece of cake. It's actually paradise. There is no issue at all. But the real issue in Dubai is in the construction business, which has a lot of people that are really, really treated as a slave. Not only they kept their passport, but they pay them very, very little money, and they sleep inside the construction site, almost like a homeless, and they're treated very, very poorly. And then, as I said earlier, there is a lot of human trafficking, a lot of tricks. And this happened also a lot with girls, especially in massage parlors, in spas, and in the prostitution field. A lot of girls, they receive this nice offer in Dubai, a nice opportunity. They arrive in Dubai, they keep their passport, and then they're forced to work in a massage parlor to offer like sex services, and basically they are a sex slave in Dubai. And this also happen a lot, unfortunately, here. So to be honest, the hospitality industry is not that bad compared to other industries such as the construction industry. And another thing that I noticed is that there are many African people here, mostly like working here. I see a lot of staff members from Africa, while 10 years ago it was mainly like Southeast Asian, Indian, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. They're still here, but I see way more African. So that's an interesting shift over the past 10 years. The facade is this luxury lifestyle. Everything is perfect, everything is beautiful, everything is just extraordinary, everything is just mind-blowing, everything is just a world record, everything is very shining every corner in Dubai. But then behind the facade, behind the scenes, on the backside of Dubai, there are a lot of stories of struggles, a lot of stories of slavery, a lot of stories of human trafficking, a lot of bad stories. I hope that by making this video today, I share just my story, which is a small part, which is just a little voice. I know there are situations that are way worse than me, but also in my own small experience, I was traumatized and it was a terrible experience. And I don't pretend to have the solution, because this is a very common issue worldwide actually. You know that these things happen also in Thailand, in Vietnam, in Cambodia, in Africa, in South America. It's part of our society also back in the days with slavery, with colonialism. So it's always been there. Now it's probably taking a different shape and it's also evolving compared to the past, but it's still here, it's still happening, and that's something that we have to see, acknowledge. And I hope that by sharing my little experience, I can shed some lights on this topic and on this issue as well. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching it. Thank you so much for listening to me and to hear my story and to hear how I escaped Dubai 10 years ago. As I said, now I'm in Dubai. I'm leaving soon. I really hope that by making this video, Dubai will not ban me, will not put me on the blacklist. Maybe they will not allow me to come back here anymore. I don't know. It can be, but I don't really care. If they ban me, I can still survive without coming to Dubai for the rest of my life. That's fine. Thank you again so much for watching. Let me know actually in the comments below, what do you think? What's your opinion? Or maybe share your story if you have a similar story. And that's all. Big hug from Dubai. Bye bye.